How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build that positive mindset. My name is Henry, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, we're going to talk about how to be the uplifter. If you are feeling down, if you're feeling empty or lost, we're going to talk about how you shift into the person that can bring yourself out of that and live that positive life that you desire. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as we're breathing in, say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive state. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weights, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. Well, before we get started, if there's something that resonates with you in this episode, if you're on Spotify or YouTube, you can actually leave a comment below. Not only will that help somebody that might give this episode a chance by reading your comment, it also allows me to know what it is that you took away from the episode so that I can make more content just like this. I want to make this the #1 mindset podcast in the world, and the best way to do that would be together. So whether you leave a comment or share it with somebody, I'm so thankful, and I just really appreciate the growth that we do together. So how do we become the uplifter? How do we become the person that can bring ourselves out of whatever we're struggling with and be the person that we need? Here's a perspective that if you apply this, if you practice this, you can not only see where you're at, but you'll see where you need to go. So just imagine for a moment that whatever you do today, so whatever day you're listening to this, it's Friday that I'm recording it, but it might be Saturday or Sunday or Monday, whenever you tune into this, whatever you did today, if that would create a version of you 10 years from now, the actions and thoughts of today would create the future version of you. There's no other days. It has to be within this 24 hours. Would you be excited about the version or the person that would be created in that future reality? If not, then you know where you need to look. You need to look at your daily actions, your daily thoughts. All of those things matter because they compound. So when I worked in fitness, this is something I saw all the time. When someone would come in, they would join the gym and I'd get to talk to them about their goals, what they want to accomplish. And then I would ask them, so they say they want to lose like 20 pounds or whatever the goal was. I would ask them, okay, well, can you tell me what you eat on a regular basis? Like, what's your normal thing? And they say, well, I don't eat that much, which I understand, it's all relative. That much could be specific to the individual versus specific to what we actually need. But they would say that so often, but they're not in the shape that they want to be in. So something has to be out of line. So then I would say, I'd go further questions. Well, tell me about your day. Let's start with yesterday. What did you eat? And the #1 response, it almost never failed, I would be told is, well, yesterday wasn't normal. So yesterday had this or that. And you see, that's how we see things. We don't really pay attention to what we're doing every single day. But it's very rare that we operate out of alignment. The day you had today is typically probably your average day. And so if you take these days, compound them over and over and over again, you will create a version of you 10 years from now that's a result of today's mindset and behavior. So if you look at today and you imagine that becoming the person that you aspire to be or not aspiring to be, if it's not that in 10 years from today's results, then you know what you focus on. You focus on what you're thinking about and you focus on what you're doing. If the version of you that you envision 10 years from now is in a certain shape, has a certain amount of wealth, has a certain air about them, does certain things, lives a certain place, and then your daily actions today are not in alignment with it, you have to change the daily actions today. You see, that version of you that you want to create, that's a gift. That vision, that idea of you that's healed in the ways that you've wanted to heal, that's expanded in the ways that you feel called to expand in, that is a gift from the universe, from God, telling you your purpose, the highest value you, because that high value you is a gift to the world. That's our purpose, is to grow ourselves to our desires, the things that we're attracted to, and then gift that to the world. Meaning show people the path, show people the struggle, show people the healing. Because there's many people, there's billions of people in fact, that want to heal, that want to grow. And so you showing your path allows that to happen. That's how you get in a flow state. When you take in knowledge and share it, the knowledge flows through you. So you have an abundance of energy. You see, if you find yourself just consuming, and not becoming and not giving, then you're like a dam. It's all walled up. It's all stuck and it's not impactful in the way that it could be if it was flowing through you. So reflect on your day. Start creating a day that you'd be excited about if you were told that the results from that day or the thoughts and the actions that you took that day will create somebody in 10 years that you get to be. Make your day exciting for that. Make your day proud, where you are proud of your actions. You're proud of the way you think. You're proud of the way you present yourself because you know who you're attracting, that future you. It's really that simple. When you have a vision of something, that's a gift. The more you work on that vision, the more the energy, the universe, God gifts you that vision. Then for you, the way we show physical gratitude is the actions that we take. How we conduct ourselves, how we think about ourselves, how we speak to ourselves, how we conduct ourselves around others, how we speak to others, how we give, how we love, how we forgive. All of that compounds and makes something over and over and over again. Who you are today is most likely a product of what you were doing 10 years ago, mentally and physically. And it could be different, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I'm just using 10 years as a standard because that's a pretty big difference. If you're 25, 35 is a pretty different experience for you. If you're 35, 45 is a pretty different experience for you. A lot can change in that short amount of time. So create a positive vision. This is what I do with my clients. It's one of the first actions we do within the first sessions is we create this perfect day. Who they are, who's around them, what they do, what their life's like, how do they feel, how do they look. We envision all of those things. You see, once I know and once you know where you want to go, then we know what we have to be to get there. You see, it's not a chase. It's not somewhere technically you're even going. It's just something you're becoming. Time is not real. It's just about becoming. It's allowing. The law of attraction. We need to attract the experience that aligns with the version of you that you want to be. So spend time. Right now, it's the perfect time. Create the vision. Close your eyes. Take that deep breath in. Just really breathe it within you. And hold the air. Allow it to be within you. And then exhale. And let it out. Do it as often as you need to really feel that moment. How does the ground feel wherever future you is? How does your hair feel wherever future is? Feel your body. Listen to your thoughts in future you. Look around the environment in future you. Really get the feeling of what it's like to become that person. So you get that attachment. Then look at today. Do your thoughts and do your actions align? Are they gratitude? Are they love? Are they dedication for that version of you? That's doing the work, saying, I am committed to you. I love you. I'm inspired by you. So this is what I'm doing to prove it. This is how I'm showing my worth, my worthiness to become this person, my dedication of doing this when I don't want to, of thinking this when it's hard, and becoming the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective on whatever it is that you're going through so that you have a plan to shift and become your higher self. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. So I appreciate all the follows there. And if you want to shift, if you're listening to this episode and you want to join a group or work one-on-one, I have those options available. I'm a mindset coach. I have my group Freedom Fundamentals. This is for somebody that's really looking to focus on health, wealth, and happiness in a group format. We come together twice a week. On the wealth part, we're talking about real estate, creating money with that. I have a business partner who that's all he does. And then of course I bring the mindset stuff to keep you aligned so that you can accomplish your goals and get this motivation, that perspective shift that I believe is really helpful and keeps me focused on my goals. And then of course I do have one-on-one. This is for somebody that really wants to invest in themselves, wants that solo time, wants to break through some barriers, want to shift their mindset, want to see a different version of themselves and become it. I do that. I love the sessions. If you want more information on either of those, you can reach out to me via Instagram, which is probably the best way, or there's a link down below. If you fill that out, I will get back to you as soon as possible. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.